This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
The National Health Insurance Board turned over 2 new state-of-the-art ambulances to health officials today.
Now, the Fern Carey tells us in this report how the vehicles will result in improved public service.
The 2 new state-of-the-art ambulances were purchased at a cost of some $300,000 and will help to reduce the response time for ambulance services across New Providence. Health Minister Dr. Perry Gomez noted that the vehicles will significantly enhance the quality of care provided to residents.
The deployment of new ambulances will allow for the retirement of the aging vehicles from our ambulance fleet in New Providence and Grand Bahama, and allow for the implementation of the decentralized ambulance service to Flamingo Gardens, South Beach, and Elizabeth Estates clinics. An ambulance will also be stationed at the 8 Mile Rock Clinic in Grand Bahama. The response time should be reduced from an average of 28 minutes, as is presently, to 8 minutes from the receipt of the call to the time the ambulance arrives at the scene.
Managing Director of the Public Hospitals Authority, Herbert Brown, indicated that the majority of calls to emergency medical services are trauma-related.
2010 and 2014, stabbing, gunshots, and other penetrating trauma calls alone saw a 17% increase. Then we can appreciate why today's ceremony is so important.
Director of National Insurance Board, Rowena Bethel, said the additional vehicles are a timely addition to the existing fleet.
Citizens contribute through employment to economic growth, which in turn enhances contributions for the Social Security schemes themselves. Today, the NIB continues to play its part in securing a healthier Bahamas as this country moves in incremental steps towards the healthcare component of its social protection floor's obligation.
Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.
The Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation is gearing up for the 2nd annual Bahamas Energy Security Forum. Chamber CEO Edison Sumner says the summit will help the organization further develop its energy and environmental policy position. The forum will be held at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel next week under the theme Reality Check. Minister of Works and Urban Development, Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis, will open the forum that will look at alternative energy, the cost of doing business as it relates to energy, and how to access funding to finance alternative energy forms.
Considering the impact the cost and security of energy has on doing business in the Bahamas, not only for domestic and domiciled businesses, but also for foreign direct investors, it is necessary to examine our energy policy and strategy to find ways that we can collectively reduce the cost of energy in the Bahamas.
The conference comes shortly after the House of Assembly passed a compendium of bills intended to reform the country's energy sector. Jack Roosevelt, one of the event sponsors with Blue Wave Capital, says he is particularly pleased that the new BEC was passed.
That bill that creates BPL and restructures BEC and restructures the entire energy market here in the Bahamas is incredibly powerful and opens so many doors for the future for this country. It is just really up to us now to seize those opportunities and work with BPL and IRCA to make sure that the vision that is voiced in that bill is really leveraged as much as possible for all of the country.